So joining us today, we have Geoff Laing, Managing Director of Anax Metals. Geoff, it's great to have you here with us today.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be with you.
So Anax has just announced firm commitments for a $10 million capital raise. Can you give us some of the details about this raise and some of the support that you've received for it?
We're obviously very pleased to have been able to raise $10 million and have the support that we had, particularly in these very volatile markets that we find ourselves in at the minute. We got fantastic support from our current shareholders. Our major shareholders all participated, and that sort of obviously underpinned the capital raise. And in addition to that, we've brought in some instos and high net worth family offices. So it was there was lots of interest, and again, I say we're sort of very pleased to have raised 10 million in these markets.
I mean, it does seem as though the market is in a good place right now, and the junior mining sector is getting funding that it needs to progress its projects.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. And, we've seen, obviously in the gold space, there's certainly been lots of interest at the junior end. And some of that interest now is really flowing through to the copper space. Copper has been a commodity that people have talked about a lot, but it finally feels like the supply side challenges are really starting to be factored into the equity markets. And for people like us that got near-term production, the interest is really starting to grow. And, we feel that we've got a real differentiator as a near-term producer.
Yeah, absolutely. The interest is definitely growing in the copper side. So let's look at your plans for deploying this capital that you're raising. What are your plans? What's it going to be used for?
So the money will be used for a combination of activities going forward. The focus, which we've talked about before, is getting the funding in place to get the project into development. So we are moving now into a formal debt raising process, and we've engaged an advisor to support us on that process. So the funding will, in the first instance, give us runway to do that in an orderly fashion. We've received a lot of interest to provide debt funding, especially from off-takers. And we now want to have a look at all the offers that are on the table. And as I say, so move through that in an orderly process. Obviously, in addition to that, we want to deliver on further upside on the project. And there are a couple of key areas we intend to update the reserves. And, we expect to see reasonable growth in the reserves. They were done back in a commodity price environment way below where it is now. We'll also do some optimization around the processing infrastructure to expand the capacity of that. And also we've kicked off work again on our bioleaching technology, which will also deliver upside. Importantly, about $3.5 million of the funding will be applied to extinguish the bridging loan that we had from Geodesy. That was always in the plans. So that'll take place, virtually immediately. And obviously some working capital. Oh, and also we do intend to apply some of the funds to resource growth. So by that we mean drilling. We will plan to extend the Salt Creek resource with some extensional drilling there. So lots of upside to look forward to, in addition to us getting funding in place.
So just looking forward, you've already mentioned quite a few plans that you have in place for Anax to continue on, but anything that we should be on the lookout for coming out of the company in the coming months?
Yeah, I think there will be more news flow on those items that I discussed. We obviously want to keep the market fully informed on how the progress is going. The debt equity process will take several months, maybe four months. It's just important the market knows that we've now got a formal process on the go. But there should be information coming out on our exploration targets, on the work that's ongoing with reserve updates. So keep an eye out, there'll certainly be some upside. And then just finally as well, we've talked about the regional consolidation. Now that we've got this capital raise away, it will enable our team to again refocus on some of those assets that we've talked about before that we feel could come into the Whim Creek hub or Pilbara hub. So watch that space as well.
Sounds like quite an exciting time for Anax, and we definitely look forward to hearing more updates from you soon. But Geoff, thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks all. It's been a pleasure.